A 1, 2.
What's up, guys?
That was me.
That was even said.
Knocking that shit. Let's fucking go. We're back.
We're back.
We're fucking back.
What's
We
up?
took a long hiatus.
We took a long hiatus. We had to do some artistic development,
Some discovery.
some discovery.
We had to do some recon. We had to do some research. We had to find some,
fucking shit, you know.
we had to wait for some stuff to come out for us to talk about. First
Yeah.
off, I just want to start off. Rest in peace, Avicii.
Rest in peace, Avicii.
Fucked up. 420. It's supposed to be a beautiful day. Man passed away. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
EDM legend. Groundbreaker. Great dude.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Hope he was.
I thought he was black till I saw a picture of him.
That's crazy. I hope he was.
That is pretty
I hope he
crazy.
partied his. I hope he's like.
Is
He
that
partied
crazy?
a lot, but I hope he
Yeah.
partied his way up into whatever's after. Good place. Heaven, people like to call it. All right.
This is going to be a pretty interesting episode. A lot of interesting takes. I'm not apologizing to anybody if I offend anyone. Fuck all your opinions.
Oh my god.
We're coming for this shit.
I have a question
We're gonna do
first.
this shit. What?
What's KOD?
KOD is kids on drugs.
There's like 3 meanings.
There's like 3 meanings, yeah.
We're gonna roll right into it. We're going right hot take into the J.
Can I-
Cole album.
actually-
Before we do that, before we do that,
Yeah.
I just want to talk about the fact that there has not been a lot of music that's come out in the past however long. And now we have J. Cole's album, a Kanye album, a Kanye and Kid Cudi album.
Pusha T's debut album.
There's a Pusha T. He's had
he never
projects.
released his album.
It's not an album.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
He had a debut album, but like he's had a lot of
Kanye,
projects.
yeah,
so
but Kanye's executively produced this one.
we'll see.
It's gonna be crazy.
Pusha can be boring too.
Yeah, but Kanye,
Hard.
What is Pusha T?
Kanye,
boring.
Kanye on anything is not boring.
Pusha T just sounds like this. Yeah.
Do I know anything by him?
That was actually pretty accurate. That sounds exactly Pusha T. Fuck,
Yeah.
you might actually push it. Chill
Alter
out.
ego.
Yeah.
Ray Shremmer's got one. Post Malone's got one. Drake has one, and that's just
Get into it.
that's the
Get
East Side
get
thing
into
right
it,
there.
bro.
That's the crazy thing right there. We're gonna go right into the J. Cole album now.
Let me
Eve
hear what
is
you-
ready to
I'm ready,
press.
bro.
Here we go. I'm gonna let you.
I thought it was.
You want me to go first?
Let Cassie do a little.
I was just going to.
She did a quick listen.
I just wanted to say I was bopping my head.
All right. What do you think about like the substance? Like, what do you think about it?
How
Well-
far did you get into the album?
I listened to the whole thing.
Okay.
He hates weed.
But also,
On
was he
420?
talking about smoking it? Because it seemed like he's
No,
like,
he
I need
was
to get
making
high.
fun
No.
of kids.
You know,
He was making-
Kill Edward. You know, Kill Edward. The
That's
only
his alter
feature
ego?
is alter ego.
A lot of
And
alter ego shit going on.
He was on SoundCloud, and apparently he's like It's like it's an artistic like spin to it. It's like him battling, getting sober. It's like I need to get high, and he's like I need to get sober. That's like what he's saying. It's like when you're trying to get sober. It's like you're struggling.
Sure.
I'm gonna touch on that for a second. The bop in your head. I was like in the earlier tracks of the album. I was like when he's spitting fast, and I'm like I'm like okay, like I get it, but also he sounds like the people who he's hating on when he's doing that. And the beats sounded
He says you guys ain't worth it to be on my shit.
He's like I'm better than you, but you're rapping like the dudes who rap like that, and you're making me bop my head to the stuff that sounds like that.
Remember the song 1985?
The last song on the album,
Yeah,
so that's not the beginning of the album.
yeah. But what he said at the end of that. Hold up, I'm looking for it.
He said, "I'm not judging you. I'm just telling you."
That was literally like, amazing. But
I got
he
a couple
said-
Fastest
couple
way
thoughts
to the bottom.
on that
He
1985 track.
Is that the outro?
He said, "I'm just telling you what's probably gonna happen when you rapping about the type of shit you rapping about. It's a faster route to the bottom. I wish you good luck. I'm hoping for your sake that you ain't as dumb as you look. But if it's really true, what people saying, and you call yourself playing my name, then I really know you fuck trust, some shit like that. But
I think he's just condescending.
I think he said it's like it's not the fact that you're just doing that kind of rap. It's just like what you're rapping about. I think that's what he said." And I think the whole style, the reason why he did it, rapping with the style that they did it, is basically he was like, you can rap this way. He was rapping the same way those guys were rapping, but listen to what he was saying. Get off drugs. And he was saying, yeah, at the end of everything. But this is, can I go into my whole little soliloquy, right? These are my 2 close friends over here. You won't find people that is as very embracing as them. They love it. People of all kinds. great people, Colin Cassidy. You'll never find anybody more equal than them. I'm practically even too. I don't know what that means, but whatever. But here's what I gotta say. Racism is still alive in the community. Yes, slavery is gone, and we are no longer segregated, but there is still systemic oppression and racism. This is the case across many different demographics. They will say that the wage gap is smaller between women and men. They will say racism is dead, and that we have never been more equal. Why do you think when you go into a black community, there's liquor stores at every corner, and the stores don't sell organic food, only cheap, cancerous food? The more liquor stores there are, the higher chance of alcohol addiction. The more weed in these neighborhoods, the more arrests. This is because these neighborhoods are populated with minorities. How do you get a person to do what you want? You tell them what you want. You tell them what they want to hear, and you control them from that psychological control. A dog won't follow you unless you feed it. This is the same thing that has been going on in the black community the past couple decades. No doubt rap music is the number one genre right now. No doubt. They're the rock stars of the industry, but yet why are the people being promoted the less artistic ones? The people in charge of the labels are for the most part white. They'll tell you that, hey, in order for you to thrive in the rap game, dye your hair this color, do this many drugs, and promote this cool lifestyle. The crazy part about all this is that the people at the Lil Pump concerts, the Lil Yachty concerts, and guys like Uzi, the people that are actually at the concerts are for the most part white. I'm not saying I don't enjoy their music, but will their fans still be here when their money runs out? When they run out of drugs to promote? Who'll be there for these guys when their problems actually affect their health? I don't want to sound in any way, shape, or form like Russ, but it's just bullshit seeing what's happening in the black community, which is why I'll segue to J. Cole. There's this general stigma that J. Cole's corny and he's whack. Objectively speaking, J. Cole is one of the best lyricists out there. Definitely top 2 or the best. He's the best storyteller. I can relate to his stories and his raps, and people really relate to him because he's real and addresses true issues in the community. They don't want to see a person give a nigga some education. I have to put that in there. They want to keep you down so that you may never get to their level. The reason why I love J. Cole so much is because he has the most integrity out of the entire 3. 3 to 5 years ago, if you played a J. Cole interview, he was always repeating, I don't care about the accolades, I only care about the people. People hate on him because he doesn't even reply. He only shows up when it's time for music. Literally, he just shows up for when it's time for music. He just goes into hibernation. He only shows up when it's time for music that will influence good behavior and make you think a certain way. And for the people dogging him on his last album, he wrote it from the perspective of his friend who died, and him writing that album was a way for him to cope and understand what led to his death through his analysis of his friend's relationship dynamic amongst his peers and his daughter. He doesn't give a fuck about your radio play, your spins, he doesn't care. J. Cole has been doing free concerts since he came out, but people want to dog him. Shut the fuck up. He won't speak up, so I guess I fucking will. I wasn't the biggest J. Cole fan, I'll be honest, but I've grown to really admire his art. He gets better lyrically and conceptually with every project. People will play his album, feel enlightened for a week, and then go back to bumping the ignorant stuff, and I'm even a victim of that. That's why it's scary to just consume everything thrown at you. All the promotion, all the ads you see, that's just corporations trying to influence and control your outlook on the world.
Very nice. Okay. I agree with you. That.
I'm just waiting. That's all I had to say. There's a lot of pent-up aggression. Shit just fucking pisses me off. I want to hear what Colin's take on that. Like J. Cole, because like I feel like, because the thing with Colin is like, a lot of the music I listen to now, like I credit a lot of it to Colin. He introduced me to a lot of the more complex music. Like the most of the music I listen to now probably isn't rap. And like when it comes to like J. Cole or Kendrick, it's like it's OVO. Like whenever the closer you are to Drake, the lesser and lesser it is for you to be objective. Because you know in any other thing you'll tell me if it's hot or bad. But like you can't just like focus on like the Lil Pump diss, like when he's rapping about his mother's addiction to alcohol and him seeing that, him talking about
I liked that one. That was
the Photograph song was also really good, and the other song talking about school,
the song Friends,
the taxes, the one he's talking about the taxes, they tell me to go to taxes, the people who don't even graduate, for the roads that they're actually building in schools, and talking about like the money that they're making from taxes goes to the army, and the guns from the armies ends up in the neighborhoods, killing the people that actually represent me. Like that shit like that, I hear that and I'm just like, that's crazy, because like it's shit like, and he said, there was a line he talked about oh, every nigga's trying to be Pippen, but there's only 12 men on the Pistons. When I was growing up, I'm not gonna like lie. Like only thing I wanted to be was a basketball player, and it's sad how like real that is. Like as growing up as a black person, it's either ball or rap. That's like all you see. Like that's what all they paint you as, all they want you to be. Until I got caught in a high school team, I wanted to be in the fucking NBA my whole life, and I was like, damn, I'm really ass. So I stopped working on my game. I stopped working on my game. But when it comes, like Brady is like very, very, very well like educated and in depth on the like music, so he knows what's good. But when it comes to Drake, and the closer he gets to OVO, the lesser and lesser objective he gets. It's weird because if J. Cole was in another genre and if he wasn't rapping and he wasn't a competitor to Drake, you would love him. The rollout, J. Cole only comes out just to release music. He doesn't care. He literally only comes out for music. He did a free concert. I'm pretty sure when Born Sinner came out, he just told these guys, like, hey, listen to my music in headphones. Release my album. I'm gone for the next 5 years. That's what Frank Ocean does.
All right. I think I haven't come in for about 8 minutes or so. Is this about J. Cole album or is this about Drake?
J. Cole and I'm talking to the people that are dogging his shit. I'm talking to you.
In my opinion, at this point in time, maybe 3 years ago, not now. They're not in the same genre or lane even really. Like Drake is like pop rap. He puts out stuff like his like Nice for What, like that it just makes you feel good. It's about women like saying fuck men, we don't need you, we're going to the club and hitting our angles like and we're getting our money. Like that shit's about independent women being dope as fuck, and also it's a banger, which like if you can't get behind, I don't know. But that to me, like that and Drake's album, like future album, I was not on my mind at all when I was listening to this J. Cole album.
But why, or do people like hold him to like this regard though? If like if you don't hold Drake and Future and all those guys to that regard, why do you hold J. Cole to this regard? You psychoanalyze everything he does in his music, but when it comes to the other guys, you don't.
Well, it's because Drake is J. Cole says like, I know what I'm rapping about isn't as popular, and that's where I'm going. And I'm like, all right, I can like that's cool, man. Do your thing, but understandably with his last album, it's not as intoxicating or stuff that people want to go see live. It's boring in a sense as far as music. It's great poetry, it's great politics. If he wants to be a politician, if he wants to actually make change like he says on the album, do some politics, dude. He's like, what can I do besides vote? If you really want to go for something, run for something, it sounds like you want to do politics, not rap.
You said great poetry over there.
What?
You said great poetry.
He's a poet. He's not like.
I know it stands on its own. It's crazy.
There's.
I think you can have good, like, there's good poetry that's also corny, and you can talk about racism and systematic oppression and still be corny.
Yeah.
And
there's certain lines like what you like. There's stuff that people like on Twitter they say, and it's like, what was the line about? Like he's like, my heart's too big. Like my heart's too big. I can't do this shit. I feel useless. Like what was that line? You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not aware. Probably in Kevin's heart.
I got also all right for me on the album. I listened to the whole thing. Just for the.
I like the song about his mom. Is that true?
That was an interlude, yeah.
That's true about his mom?
No, that's the outro.
I went to his house, by the way.
To J. Cole's house?
Yeah, Forest Hills Drive. And it was like, it was closed off.
So, intro is nothing. It's just like talking. KOD.
KOD is where he says, I don't have any features because none of you deserve to be on my shit.
Yeah, it's like, shut up, dude. His lyrics are good. His poetry, like, side stuff is very well done. But his idea that, like, Kendrick Lamar is disgustingly better of a rapper than J. Cole. J. Cole's not even the same.
Oh, my God. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Did you hear American Dream?
American
Dream was a song that released a month ago on Jeezy's album. Not Jeezy, Jeezy, like the rapper.
If you're talking about a Kendrick verse on a G-Eazy album,
not Jeezy, J-E.
Either fucking way, dude. If you're talking about some shit where somebody paid Kendrick Lamar like 200 racks to do a bullshit
Want to hear
verse.
this? Nah, because J. Cole's verse is on it first. J. Cole and Kendrick are both on it. They gave it to Kendrick. They said, hey, J. Cole's on this song. J.
Bro,
Cole's...
because J. Cole knows if he does shit like that, he has to shine, whereas Kendrick's on top.
I understand that. Did you hear the song with Royce the 5'9"? Royce the 5'9" is one of the best lyricists to ever walk on this earth. Did you hear J. Cole's verse on that?
No, dude, because who the fuck hears this shit? What the fuck are you... Like, I know who Royce the 5'9" is, but, like, what are you talking about?
Can I show you it?
Sure.
Alright.
Show me off air. Like, I don't know. Like,
Alright.
It was okay.
yeah, he just made me listen to that whatever the fuck Royce the 5'9" song, and it was boring. It sounded like a summary of his J. Cole's album. But I want to talk about J. Cole's album, not that Royce the 5'9" verse. J. Cole, when he raps, just looking at him how he does it, I like J. Cole. I loved J. Cole. His fucking Born Sinner and Forest Hills Drive. Like, in fucking...
Not Born Center. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And his... and, what's the fucking the basketball one?
That
Is
one
the
was
warm-up.
Sideline Story.
No, there's another one too. He had like multiple basketball mixtapes.
The Come Up?
Dude, I was downloading J. Cole off like LimeWire and shit. Like, he was dope with his shaved head. This guy, this album, the first KOD, Photograph, The Cutoff, ATM, Motivate. To me, they're all just like, I'm like, you're not as good as you think you are, dude. Like, you could be good if you stop talking about how good you are.
Can I?
Hold on, let me just go to
Okay.
the part of the album that I liked. And then I was like, I'm bored. First, his beats. J. Cole's good at producing, but he should make 1 or 2 or 3 of the songs on his album, and have people come and help with the other parts instead of producing like a lot of it. Because I've heard it on the past 3 albums. It sounds the same. The production is huge nowadays. He talks about that in the album. He's like, everybody's banging these trap beats. Yeah, dude, cause that's what fucking makes you feel something in your body, and then you can put whatever you want on top of it. Kevin's Heart, brackets,
Kevin Hart.
Once an Addict. It's about Kevin Hart. Friends, Window Pane, 1985. Every single one of those songs is a good song. Regardless, some of them are still a bit boring because it's just, to me, the way, I don't know if it's his voice or his flow is just repetitive or over those beats.
His flow is repetitive.
Something about
That verse, I
What's
wanted
your
it to
favorite
be
song?
something
over a
you
couple
want it to be
times.
something about it.
What are your favorite songs off Damn?
Damn's boring. They all sound the same.
And also, yeah, put me on the spot. I haven't listened to Damn in
I would
like
say-
7 months.
What are your favorite songs off of
Could you compare this
My favorite song off Damn right now is Love, but like,
this album
Doesn't that say a
about
lot? And if I look at the top songs that are charting on Apple Music right now, I bet you they're not 1985. I bet you they're not Kevin's Heart. I bet you it's
all
KOD.
right. Before you go there, though, I want to say these songs I felt a nice connection to Once an Addict. I really like not personally, but like personally. I like the stuff about what went on in his hood and his friends who didn't make it and he made it, and like they got caught up on all the shit. It's real stuff, and like the Kevin Hart song is just good. What he's talking about is just good. It's like,
Did you like Brackets? I thought that was really good too.
yeah,
That was
that
good.
just literally the first half of the album is boring and sounds like what's already out there today, but it's J. Cole doing it, and it's like
Hey,
but Kevin's Heart through the rest of the album was like genuine. That's what he wanted to say the whole time. He was just building up with bullshit before he should have cut the bullshit.
do you think when there's a kid listening to this, do you think that it could change someone's like way of thinking? Like a kid growing up, probably in a bad condition, listening to this album, do you think that it could change their way of thinking and give them hope?
No.
yeah.
This album, you don't think so?
No, I think it would help them relate to what's going on with them. And maybe if they're old enough,
10 and
someone
12-year-olds
no, I'm
sell
saying
drugs.
that's old enough. Like, I'm saying, but like if kids, like there's kids, 7-year-old kids can listen to music. Like, no, they're not gonna know. They just want to hear Lil Pump.
Okay.
They want noise. But I'm saying, to even turn it around, what he's talking about, and this is what you were talking about, the shit with the they can only afford fast food and there's liquor stores on the corner. I watched a Vince Staples interview.
Gentrification.
97.5, I think. And he was legitimately getting sick. Like, his body was failing because he was only eating fast food. But that's all there was around him. The grocery stores didn't even have anything besides Cheetos and stuff.
Well, they put that there.
Well, but it's also they can't afford much
Yeah.
else. And it's a system that it's majorly only takes place in the U.S. because there isn't as large of like populations in poverty as there are in the U.S. Like in Europe, there is, but it's not as. It's like kind of like immigrants and stuff like that. And as far as J. Cole's album goes, talking about it, he talks about it and he wants to make change, but it is a situation when he's like, I can't do much more besides vote. It's like someone with your type of power, honestly, you could run for, where's he from? Carolina?
North Carolina.
Run for some shit, and if you want to make a difference in your state at least, you're not going to become president, but you can get help in those neighborhoods. And talking about you don't know where your tax money's going, no one does. You think that
You know where your tax money's going.
No, nobody, like, dude.
Colin doesn't pay taxes.
You do know.
All right, like,
They tell you where it's going.
then why is J. Cole asking where's it going?
He's saying the money I'm paying for the roads to be done for schools, and for schools to be built. Kids aren't even graduating from where I'm from, and the money that I'm giving for taxes to fund the army, the guns that are actually being administered in the army are finding their way in my neighborhood, that are killing the same people that look like me.
Government.
That's what he's saying.
Okay, but corrupt. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He's pointing it out. He's letting them know.
What do you have to say?
Well,
You don't know a government's corrupt unless someone shows you that it's corrupt. Other than that, you're just blindly just living your
we
life.
all know, like, we know the government's just
You
fucked.
do. Not everybody does.
Okay. You're probably, you might be right. You're right. I don't know everyone. But
That's true.
Donald Trump is president, so it's pretty clearly fucked.
It is.
1985. I get it, and I actually like the way that he's talking to those guys because I agree. If I was a rapper in their situation, this is also just where I come, like, from how I've grown up and what I associate of value and wealth to be. Maybe I would have one, like, small chain that would be just something that I wore every day.
I would too, low-key.
But no, but it would be like maybe there'd be one diamond on it, and it would be like for a personal reason, you know.
They don't realize how quick their money could.
What he talks
disappear.
about on that is completely, I think it's good advice to those guys, but
it's condescending. Nobody's gonna listen to it and be like, you know what? I'm gonna stop buying diamonds and cars.
Well, no, they should buy less diamonds and cars, but they're not gonna. But also, J. Cole, you literally say you did the same thing. You understand it. So, and then you say, I can't tell you what to do, and then you tell them what to do.
And you say, I'm not judging you, and then you do all this shit.
And then you judge them and say, I'm better than you, Lil Pump. And dude, J. Cole, Lil Pump saying, I'm fucking better than J. Cole. Like, dude, you know he's, like, special in the brain. Like, you have, if you're actually, like, worked up about it. But what I'm also mad about is whatever the track was that came out, I don't know if it was on J. Cole's last album or if it was one of those, like, YouTube videos that came out before when he's driving around in the car talking about Lil So-and-so and whatever, and he's like...
False prophets.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm just better than all of you. Because he's not in the spotlight and he's not popular and his shows aren't selling as much and people aren't going because you don't have shit to go perform to. Like, he says on 1985, he says, I heard one of them. He goes, but who? Man, they barely old enough to drive. To tell them what they should do, who the fuck am I? I heard one of them diss me. I'm surprised. I ain't tripping. Listen, I ain't Tristan. Tripping. Tristan sucks.
Tristan's trash.
Fuck Tristan.
Yeah.
I ain't tripping. Listen good to my reply. Listen, J. Cole. They weren't. You're not replying to them. The guys who are successful right now. You originally dissed Lil Uzi Vert. I just want to put that in, and you're also still in. He's so say Lil Yachty too. Like these are just good guys. Like they're just nice people who make music for people to have fun to. And you tried to tear them down. That's so fucking immature.
Can I say something? I don't think making an album that is half about really important issues like drug use and oppression and then half shitting on other people is a good use of an album.
No, you have to. That's what I said. Just cut the whole first half of the album, and even the 1985
I want to
song.
compare it to Pimp a Butterfly because that's about Kendrick talks about the same issues but without saying I'm better than all of you.
No, I literally have in my notes. This is my notes, just going through the album. J. Cole thinks he's a lot better and wiser than he actually is. He's definitely jealous of the younger guys and knows he's lost a lot of fans and is personally fading. This comes at you in a weird way through the album. Then on the first couple songs, did someone tell him if he rapped faster or more similar to the guys today, he'd do better? Because that's exactly what it is. He was rapping so fast at one point, I thought it was Logic, and I was like, I can't comprehend this. And then after that, to get to that point, my next spot was, does he know he's not Kendrick?
Right.
Even
Kendrick just did it in a better way and a less condescending way.
And even the way that he raps, it's like
it waters down.
You know when
the
Kendrick does that little
important
voice where he's
things
like,
say.
it's like, J. Cole, don't do that. That's Kendrick's thing. Don't do that.
Oh yeah, he did that on the last one.
He did it on the last. Well, he did it a couple times on the first couple songs. And I'm just like, dude, what is that?
If you want to make an album about important things, then do that. But
or make 2 albums
sure, make one album shitting on little kids.
and put bangers on it if you want to have people go to your concerts. Because I don't want to go to a concert and slip my wrists.
That's the corny part. The feeling the need to say you're better than these people when you obviously are a better artist and lyricist and producer than Lil Pump and
if you
these
know
kids.
that, then you wouldn't be
you
upset.
shouldn't have to.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Kendrick doesn't.
You
That's
shouldn't
why
have to
Kendrick.
yell about
That's
it.
why Kendrick Drake. They don't.
They would
answer.
never say anything about Lil
They don't
Pump
care.
or Lil Uzi.
But also, what's so funny is they know that J. Cole cares secretly, even though he thinks he's so good.
That's the
that Little
corny
Pump
part.
literally says only about. He's like, I'm better than J. Cole. Fuck it. Like, let's get it.
Because he's the only one that would respond.
Actually reply, and that just helps Lil Pump.
That's the corny part. I'm not saying J. Cole's bad.
But
I'm saying you can be good and corny. And the corny
yeah,
is corny.
but even then, the stuff that J. Cole's talking about is real shit. I wrote Kevin Hart through the rest of the album is about some real shit, and I was like, I read the lyrics as I went through, and I was like,
But then he ends the whole thing. The whole album
no,
ends
he brings the whole
with
back around to Lil Pump.
stop buying cars.
Get your name out of my mouth.
You look like a 13-year-old girl.
How can you be so wise if that's...
Why are you offended? If you're that much better and wiser, why are you offended? That's the issue.
But the thing, and it's like, your lyrics are pretty good, but they're not the best. And you think that you have...
The lyrics are good. I don't like his flow.
Like, you're not around... I would love to ask J. Cole, give me a list of the top 5 lyricists of all time, and if he put his fucking name in the list, oh my god. Alright. Now Eve took his break.
What, you want me to say something?
I don't know.
Talked
You
for a
went
long time.
you went for 10 minutes straight,
Yeah,
then
I'm
we went
trying.
for 10 minutes straight. So what's up?
Should we talk about something else?
Yeah.
You know, are there any replies?
You wanted me to reply to that? Okay, I'll say something.
You had to have. I stored a couple of things. I brought that Vince Staples thing into my Vine. I kept it there.
You brought a lot of good points, but I'll cap it at this. I think that again, people are gonna do this. They're gonna over dramatize, and they're gonna bring things such as they're gonna bring the Lil Pump thing to light. They're gonna bring that to light, but the message is the message. It's gonna help a lot of people. A lot of people their lives are gonna change from that. I think in 5 to 10 years, people are gonna say kids on drugs actually like help me cope with my whatever I'm doing in my life. People from his hometown are gonna get inspired by this, probably like try to make a change in their life. People are gonna see that there's hope and that there's so much more to it. I think the message is what he's just trying to get through, and from like listening to him from his first project, I think that he is getting better as a lyricist. I think that he honestly, the thing between him, Drake, and Kendrick is the thing with integrity. He honestly, like, that's the one thing with him. He really, truly just cares about just his art and just like trying to just put music out there. He doesn't really care about anything else. You won't see him, you won't hear from him. People are going to criticize him.
Kendrick doesn't care about his art.
Kendrick cares about his art, but
he
Kendrick,
just won a Pulitzer Prize.
But Kendrick's willing to. But Kendrick's
the first musical Pulitzer Prize.
I understand that, but that should not have won that out of all his albums. To Pimp Butterfly should have.
No, To Pimp a Butterfly didn't have everything. It had one focus,
yeah, exactly,
and it was boring.
Radio spins.
You have to have radio spins in order to have a good album.
I'm saying that he doesn't.
J. Cole's choruses on this album.
J. Cole doesn't care because he's not going to get the numbers.
J. Cole got platinum on the past 2 albums, and he sold out. He sold out on the last one too. By the way, 4 Year Eyes only sold out every single place that he went to.
No, 4 Year Eyes only had songs that like made your body move.
But people.
But the neighbors think I'm selling.
People
like
say
that shit went.
People said it was his worst album though.
Album. It was, but he still had songs that did that for the tour. This thing is like, if I want to go watch J. Cole in a quiet room, I can't do that because even like people,
like people, like they will. I think the thing with integrity is in with music, like he's evolving with every single project I see, like a form of evolution. Same with Kendrick also. This is why I put them in there. Drake was willing to sacrifice his whatever integrity in order to get plays. I love Drake, but he will go to like other countries, take their sound, bring it to America, and do it for like Drake. His best project to me, my favorite projects from Drake are probably Take Care and what was that one? If you're reading this, is too late. Nothing Was the Same was probably up there also. But Drake sees that streaming, like he's willing to sacrifice his art for streaming. I love Drake though. J. Cole just releases the music. That's my opinion. The message is the message. People are gonna see it. The words are the words, and people are gonna consume the words, and they're gonna think a certain way. Because listening to the project myself, it made me think differently. My brain's the same size as somebody else's. They're probably gonna react to a similar way that I reacted. Also, someone that looks like me. My little brother, who doesn't even listen to fucking lyricists, I try to get him to listen to like Kendrick and Drake. And shit. He loves Drake actually. I try to get him to listen to like stuff like that. But all he listens to is like sending me links to like fucking Lil Pump and shit. I'm like, bro, like, I don't want you to like do something stupid. I want you to just hear something, put something good in your ears for once, instead of like literally listening to stupid shit 24/7. I know it's okay, but literally when I'm at home, my brother Melvin's literally always bumping like, he'll always bump like Pump, Yachty, all that stuff. I'm just like, dude, stop. Like, or like Lil Uzi.
Do you see Lil Pump's Instagram post the other day when he was pouring out his activists, and he said, "We're not doing activists no more."
I did not see that, but that's funny.
So
Lil Pump's dope.
If J. Cole's gonna hate on people smoking weed, like telling people to just meditate, like he doesn't get it.
That's what I don't get.
People need some people need to smoke marijuana for their cancer pain. Black people included.
Yes, some people. It's a small minority of people. For the most part, people, you lose, like, it's a problem in this country, like the way like drugs are being glorified. It's pretty sad.
Yeah, but
you come home,
weed the use of weed is not the issue. The imprisonment for it is the issue.
And to release this album on 420, like
it's weird.
It's like almost like anti-weed. It's like, dude,
it's very anti-weed. The whole album.
And but it's confusing too.
Personal experiences.
Okay. You can be anti-Molly and anti-abusing Xanax.
The thing with this is it's actually different. The thing with this is, again, it's genuine. Like he was talking about him seeing people in his life see what happened. He's like, oh man, I wish my guys like that I was growing up with made it like.
But the weed is not the issue. Right,
I understand that, but
poverty.
No, I'm saying that like the weed is something that that keeps poverty at where it is, keeps people in a place of like oppression, not necessarily oppression.
I think
but
there's so many more factors, and if you got rid of all
but
the other
drugs
factors
is a
and kept-
huge factor. Like I was saying with the liquor stores and the
No,
corner
yeah.
stores, it's a huge factor, Cassidy.
No, I know.
Huge factor. Like and weed itself isn't a problem, but when you mix weed and poverty, then how are people ever going to get out of their situation if they just lose all their ambition?
Yeah, but I'm saying removing weed from that situation, it's just going to be replaced with a different drug or a different product.
That's why it's kids on drugs, not kids on weed. He was talking about alcohol too. It's not just weed. It's not just weed.
Alcohol's definitely a bigger issue.
Alcohol is a huge issue. But let's like switch to something else. Let's switch to something else. Like my
Did
body
you
is
listen
like
to Ariana Grande?
my
'Cause
body
it
is shaking.
sucks.
It sucks.
It's a bad song.
Damn, I thought it was about like the thing that happened. Was it a bad song?
It's not good.
Damn, I gotta listen to that. Ariana Grande's been gone for a while.
Her ponytail's low at her
Yeah.
neck now, not on top of her head.
On top of it. Is it low now? Damn, that's crazy. I'm back on Twitter, by the way, for a little bit.
At Even Posts.
Yeah, Colin, I've been looking at his tweets. They're pretty funny. His Rupee Core tweet was actually had me dying. I don't know what it was. I forgot what it was, but it was pretty funny. I think it was something like his dick is bigger than his heart. But I wanted to segue into this, guys. Let's all give a daily Rupee Core quote. So, think about something. Let me know.
On the spot.
On the spot.
I went to take a sip of my Hydro Flask, expecting a nice cold refreshing. Instead, it was warm and bitter.
Oh, shit.
Rupee Car.
That was funny. I farted. She sniffed it. Rupee Core.
What? I don't have one.
It's pretty fun.
I wanted to make a poem, but I didn't have one.
Oh shit. 420.
420 Blazer. Rupee Car.
The thing is, you gotta do those space because you gotta get the
Yeah,
dash in there.
420 comma. Blazer.
Blaze it.
Rupee Car.
Rupee Car.
And you just post on your Instagram story.
Oh man.
Damn, recipes.
What y'all think about Tristan Thompson?
Listen,
He's a bum ass. Like,
That's facts. That's facts.
he's a bum ass, and then
Yeah, nigga.
yeah, there you go.
Little dicky
You
baby.
say the word.
Yeah,
he's a little dumb ass.
nigga.
But if Chloe wants to take him back, that's her prerogative.
If she wants to take him back, but if he cheats again,
That
you
guy
gotta
has.
be
He's
out.
definitely a sex addict. Like I'm not gonna lie. Tristan Thompson scores.
Chloe only dates sex addicts.
He scores off the court than on. More off the court than on the court.
I don't know.
Oh, is he, like, bad at
he
basketball?
sucks.
He got bad.
Yeah, he's in the NBA, but like he's bad. On the Cavs,
Well,
he's-
was he
he's
good
trying.
before Chloe?
Yeah, he was.
he was better.
He was like he averaged 10 and 10. Now he's having 2 and 3.
Now he's averaging bench. They don't even play him.
Lamar Odom almost died when he was with Chloe. So there, someone said online it might just be Chloe. She might just be the bug out of all the sisters, or I don't know. Kylie kind of. Tyga's doing his own thing.
I mean, he's pretty irrelevant.
He's dating Iggy Azalea apparently. I read online.
Good for him.
It's so shocked.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty good for him, honestly. Like that's a nice recovery.
She's way bigger than
Nice recovery. Yeah, Tristan Thompson, that camera was in HD too. Like you can't even how do you come home Tristan comes home and she sees the news and he's just like
No, I love the tweets that's like, Tristan, like, what are you doing? Like, you know you're a foot taller than anyone else in the club. Like,
yeah. That shit was in HD. Like
even if you sit down, you're a foot taller than anyone in the club.
Yeah.
Like, we know it's you.
that shit was clearer than most movies I see. That shit was clear as fuck. Like
It was. Even with like that weird blue light, it was really clear.
yeah.
You could see the girls. Like you could make like those girls. I could look them up on Instagram after.
I could see the wrinkles on his face. All his acne.
Their
That's how
Instagram
clear
tags
that shit was.
appeared. What? Hey, Cass is looking at me. She mad? I didn't actually look them up.
Okay.
There's a Make Me Better award. Girls that make guys better. Like celebrity girls that make guys better when they're with them. I think
Oh.
Ariana Grande definitely is a recipient of the award.
Who did
I
she
think
date?
Amber Rose, she's dating Mac Miller, and his music's been crazy.
Oh.
Matt,
Yeah,
I
they're
thi-
cute.
I
Yeah.
think Amber Rose definitely she's a recipient of the Make Me Better award. Every guy that's with Amber Rose ends up producing some of the best
Who's she
music.
with?
She's with 21. 21's doing some shit.
Oh, so cute.
When she was with Kanye, we got My Beautiful Dark Twisted
Yeah.
Fantasy. So Wiz Khalifa, yeah. Amber Rose is on to something.
Wiz Khalifa's lifting weights.
He's doing.
Yeah,
he's like MMA fighter.
He's doing pretty good.
He's a
actually,
street fighter.
with whatever his new chick is.
Yeah.
Women that empower men in celebrity status. That Mac Miller one's pretty good. He definitely needed some help, but also I think once she turned him around, he's been like really there for her, like through the whole
He's a good guy.
through the whole thing.
What happened to her?
The fucking bombing.
The bombing. She was performing.
Oh, yeah.
That's
50 people at her show like died.
That's what the song's
I
about.
forgot. I apologize.
No, that song is actually a banger. New Ariana song is better than the whole J. Cole album.
The new Ariana song sucks.
Oh, I liked it.
I haven't heard
It
it,
was
yet.
so
I've heard good
bad.
things. I've heard good things.
Yeah, I liked it.
No, it's not good.
No, I liked it.
I'll be
that
bumming
means
that
it's
shit on
bad.
the way to the gym. Fuck.
If I liked it, it's bad.
I think Kim
No, it's like a little bop.
low key, because Kanye.
I was wondering.
No, I was
don't
thinking
know,
Kim
she's
low key.
teetering.
Well, no, Kanye's mental status is a little fucked, and then like
Yeah,
Kim
he-
has kind of been like, "Hey, like you're okay," and he's like, "Okay."
Beyonce, Jay-Z.
Not really.
He was already like
Yeah,
he was
they-
already rich as fuck.
No, they've been together for so long that basically
Beyonce
he
and
just
Jay-Z are
he-
boring.
he like cheated on her. They're quiet.
Fuck,
I
damn,
literally
it's
don't
more
care.
fucked up than I thought. Who was another woman that we could put on the shit?
Who was coming together and helped out?
Who's come together and helped out the crew? I think Big Sean needs to go back to Ariana and get that beautiful dark sky, that dark sky
He's
paradise.
definitely like too content with Janae or something.
Yeah,
Not quite
every
well.
fucking lyric he does, it's like meditation. Like, it's like, bro, shut up. Like, stop rapping about meditating, bro.
Yeah, you gotta if you're a rapper, you gotta keep a little bit of that anger.
Yeah, you gotta be angry.
You gotta be a dog.
What y'all think about Coachella? And like, would you like?
So stupid.
I read your tweets and I kind of like agreed. Like the Coachella was cool. Like I don't know what's up with it. Maybe it's just like
It's not cool anymore.
the music and the crowd don't match.
It's just Instagram corniness.
And it's
is
Instagram
what it is.
It's all
corniness.
about the outfits. That's literally all
I heard
it is.
nobody moved during Vince Staples. Nobody moved during SZA.
Yeah, nah, dude.
Nobody
Well,
moved during Beyonce.
No one moved during
Coachella's-
Beyonce.
dude,
It's just
Coachella
like, who is going there?
Coachella is so white.
Jesus, man.
It's whack.
Someone said people were moving more to Alice in Wonderland set than Beyonce set.
Now we flipped through the YouTube thing. The only one that like most of it was super boring, but all three of us were there in this moment. We happened to stumble upon the Neighborhood set.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Okay,
She was
you guys
freaky.
might know the band The Neighborhood.
Sweater weather, guys.
Sweater Weather. If you don't know it, look it up. You'll know it.
Yo, that's that nigga.
I'm not gonna sing it right now. My voice is a little itchy.
The green.
This band,
Oh,
you'll be out before you do it. This band, The Neighborhood, came out with a self-titled album, The Neighborhood, this year, and that shit is way better than J. Cole's album.
I actually do like it better.
You got it. Can you agree?
But I like J.
Dude,
Cole's
that
album
shit,
too.
dude. The Neighborhood album goes.
Dude, I've never heard. You
Listen,
never
You
really
need to
told me
calm
how you.
down. Yeah,
I've never
what?
really. No. That shit slaps.
Yeah, did you listen?
No. That shit's
They're
crazy.
using like a weird little auto tune. Like
this
it,
shit's-
it
yo.
sounds like 1975.
Yeah, I was like, yo. I just was driving home after like, we were here. We were watching this, and I was like, you know what?
Pop it on.
Pop it on. It was dark at night. This dude was doing some
When it's
weird.
dark at night?
He was doing. It was dark. Yeah, that's actually pretty fucking
When it's dark
dope
at
art.
night.
Yeah, facts.
Ruby Car.
It was. That dude was doing some weird sounds. Like it's like the song itself. It wasn't predictable every moment. It was always like he would do something different with his voice or the sound. Like that shit was crazy, man. That shit was fucking fire. That shit was good, yo.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
what was
listen
it?
to
What was
it.
the one I sent
Yo.
you? And you said chill out when he just stops. The whole song just stops, and then he just starts going again. That's the one I sent you the lyrics like that, and you were like chill out format. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about? That's what I was
yeah.
sending you. What does that? What did it say?
Let me see.
We kind of texted too much since.
Yeah, find that shit.
I'll find it.
Like here's a song, but I'll give them a little sneak peek. See what they're missing out
That
on.
shit. Running, did it, city.
So fire, dude.
So dope.
Dude, the thing is, it's crazy because like I don't understand this, right? Music critics are so weird. Because 1975's album, I like it when you're asleep, you're beautiful, you get so unaware of it, something like that. Honestly, probably a top 10 album for me, like the past 3 years, past 2 to 3 years. It's definitely up there. That
So dope.
fucking dope. I don't know if you guys in 1975. Sick. Brady showed me them. But I looked at the review on Pitchfork. I don't understand who reviews this stuff. I think it was like a 6 out of 10. And Neighborhood's album was a 4.7 out of 10. I'm like, this shit bumps. MGMT's was like 7 out of 10.
Dude, people who are,
And they give Cardi B an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, no, that's fucked. Dude, it's the same thing as Rotten Tomatoes. It's just the people, like, it's like
who pays?
movies,
You're paying for the review,
like,
yeah.
Star Wars comes out, and the fucking critics review was like 93, and the
You watched it and you didn't like
the
it?
user review was 50, because it sucked.
That's crazy.
They just get, dude, no, they get paid now to sell tickets. Same with Pitchfork. They pay, like, Cardi B's fucking people pay them so that people go listen to the album. It's fucked up.
Void is fucking fire.
That's, dude, and yeah, the last track you sent me. No, I don't know which song this was, but the one I sent you. I've been confused as of late. I just said I just said it in the mind.
Dude, that's kind of funny. Yo, listen to this shit.
So,
this guy sucks, by the way, but
what's this?
his album's trash.
No, why are you showing me this?
He sounds like, dude. I know, dude.
Kind of sounds like Russ, though. No, dude. No, it does. Like, I get it. You gotta go pretty soon. She's just writing you, but then you can peace.
Fucking hop off, you motherfucker. Kind of. We were delete that part.
The Neighborhood soft core is the one that I'm talking about.
Let me hear that
Let me
shit.
find the spot. Now let me do it.
Cass, Neighborhood bumps.
Okay.
Oh my god, man. Do this.
Where is it? Fuck, how am I gonna find a gap in the song when I'm just... There we go.
Yeah, that shit was so
Right? Yo.
I've been confused as of late.
Yeah.
That shit's
Fire.
so...
Do I love like when you enjoy music and nobody else does? Because people are definitely not going to take Neighborhood
No one
serious.
knows about the Neighborhood
Yeah, no one
album.
knows about them. Like sweater
but
weather
honestly-
niggas. Yeah, I was like that too when I was like, I'm not gonna listen to it.
Dude, as far as Coachella, like, that's the best moment I've ever received at a Coachella so far.
Yeah.
Actually, though, since this weekend is the second weekend, I bet you, and this is kind of fucked up, but I bet you because Avicii died, there's going to be some dope tribute.
Yeah.
Like, mad in the field.
Dude, this guy, the lead singer of Neighborhood, I was doing some research on this guy. Like
Dude,
the
that
lyrics,
guy's so tatted up.
he's so tatted up. Like, and like, it's, look at Wes. He's so tatted up. But,
Dude, he just threw that ball.
what do you guys think about Kanye's tweets?
Love it.
I love him, yeah.
I love Kanye's tweets.
Great. It's great to have that guy back on.
This guy decided to just release his book on Twitter Live.
He
Pretty
said, no,
fucking
I
cool.
said, I don't want any publisher. I don't want anyone telling me what to keep.
Lizzie
None of that shit.
McGuire.
What did you say?
What?
All right, that wraps it up. We'll be back, hopefully, maybe not.
Last big time,
Big time rush, baby.
secret party tonight at UConn.
Good to see you.
Last secret party.
It's the last secret party.
Yo, they're fucking coming.
None of you guys know about it?
Here.
Is the tow truck coming?
No, I think that's just a normal guy. But
Yeah, just peace out.
those guys
That's it.
sketch me out.
Nobody cares.
Love you.
Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart.